All right. This is the guy that I apparently missed out on as I was doing a guess the number, so my apologies for that. We're going to get this game in, though. You had actually guessed a number before somebody else, but my eyes were not wide open, were they? And hopefully my opponent has the stream muted. Okay, so clearly my opponent wants to play here. So I think I do this, e5, and after d4 I say, aha, I grab some space with e4. And because of that particular configuration, because of how it's structured, c4 would be the way for white to go. But if white is playing that, white has lost a move. So this is the direction that white should be going in, getting this advance in, but white's not going for that. I might even want to play here, but maybe that is unnecessary. I could secure this point well enough with just the knight, and by well, let's just develop. By not having a pawn here, I still have good possibilities for my light square bishop. Now, my first thought is to really chase this knight away with h5, h4. So let's actually do it. The position is closed, so maybe I could afford this sort of idea where I kick the knight away. Knights that find themselves on b3, b6, g3, and g6 tend to be inconvenienced by the h pawns. Get out of there. And now he's got to run home. I could also play here and then really look to invade on the light squares, f3 in particular. So maybe I go one step further. Let me do that. I would really, really, really like to have the light square bishops come off. So let me do this. Play queen here and bishop here. That's my idea. Also, this move is directed at stopping this advance. If my opponent plays f3 to strike at my center, where are they going to castle? That's actually an interesting question. I don't know if I have a great answer for it. Let's just go here. Okay, let's go here. Is there a bishop check? Is that useful? Probably not. I'm assuming that that move is played, so bishop here is available. Bishop here, and I could do this. I could pin the knight. Don't really want to give up my bishop for the knight, though. This guy would turn into a tough guy right there. Pawn takes, bishop here. I always have knight c6, so let me... hang on. Bishop here, bishop takes, knight takes, pawn takes, knight takes, pawn, queen takes, pawn. My queen will be overloaded, actually. Bishop here, bishop takes, knight takes. My queen has to babysit the knight and the pawn. However, I don't know. Let's go here. I think I'm going to drop back with my bishop. Bishop here inconveniences this knight. He wouldn't have a square. Let me pin here and then maybe do this sort of thing. My bishop could be kicked away. Okay, I think I just want to drop back. I'm tactically vulnerable on b4 to knight takes here. If I take the bishop, the knight recaptures. So I did this to inconvenience. Okay, I do have this knight move. I'm not losing my queen again, am I? That would be a bad one. I'm not trapping my queen. I would be pinning my queen there. Okay, so if my opponent does have the intention of giving up the bishop for knight, he is going to have a field day. He is going to be a monster on these light squares. I think I should jump right in right now. I have this square covered, so as soon as he plays here, he's dead. I cannot deal with the knight on c5. Okay. Okay, this is what I wanted to have happen, so let me exchange there. Queenside castle, not queenside castle, no. Let's go here, though. Maybe I should have considered b6. No, too late for that. All right, let's take him out and play here. Otherwise, this bishop is too tough. Now, let's do this. Let's open the position up. I'm one move away from being fully developed. Capture, capture. I'm hitting the queen. The knight jumping in here is too good. Too good. He goes from being called a knight to a beast. He transforms to a beast if he's getting to f3. If he's getting to this square, it's already over. There's no way, right? Too many good prospects. c2, f3. Maybe by force I could get my knight in here. d3. Can't really get to b4 and to that square. What is he going to do? One day I also would like to get my queen on that square for me. That's always a nice idea. He's a significant problem for white. The king castling on this side. Whoa, 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 whoa. This queen is close to trapped. Pawn push, she could only go here. Who cares about material? Actually, this isn't even losing material, but I just want to get at my opponent's king. They're castling right into the line of fire. And now I'm just going to capture. And I will be castling. This knight still... Actually, he doesn't even have any legal moves. So what does that mean? That means he's playing without the knight or the rook here. We're also going to be castled on opposite wings. Is my king going to be attacked? Is there a way to open up the position with this g-pawn marching down? I'm not seeing it. I could capture with the knight or the pawn, but I'm going to take with the... No. No. I'm going to take with the knight. This is an open position, and I want to be very forceful. And this is the most forceful move. The most direct move. Gives my opponent a lot of direction. So let me get castled. This, I might be losing a pawn, maybe not. Let's get him involved. Knight here I could have also done. And now it's very strong. Queen takes here, loses the whole farm. Actually, it's just over now, because I'm on the bishop. Maybe best is bishop takes knight, giving up 2 pieces for the queen. Probably the best option. Bishop takes knight, knight takes queen. Although, you know what? Maybe I could still just take with the pawn. That might be strong. With queen takes knight here to follow. Yeah. This is a difficult position here. A lot of trouble was stirred up early on with that. I really just want to take here. Yeah, I think this is best. Taking either pawn allows me to win the queen. Here directly with the fork, here because of a discovered attack. And at the very least, I still get the exchange and still an attack against the king. So I guess what's possible, and this is something that I was calculating, where I'm up in exchange in this variation. Or no, more than the exchange. My bad. I'm up 2 rooks here, but I could have swung over here and got that guy. Let's just go here. 2 squares away diagonally from the knight. Means it takes him 4 moves, or 3 moves. 1, 2, 3 moves before it's even attacking that particular piece. Alright, good game, h-hook. Let's go back. Let's flip. And let's see what either one of us can do to improve. I think already I see the intention to support d4, but because of how I responded, it makes life difficult for you. It's sensible and good. I'm occupying the center, and because of this structural change where I gain some space, again, like I was saying during the game, if you were to play c4 and eventually you did, that costs time. And this cost me some time as well. I played e5. Okay, that's a good move in itself. I occupy the center with the pawn. I have some control of the center, but I spent some more time by playing e4, so now I'm taking away some good squares for your pieces. It becomes difficult for the knight, of course, to pivot about. Its most natural f3 square is out the window. So that's the little trade-off. You're going to be wasting some time, and it's offset by... I've established a pawn. And while you wasted time, I put that time to good use because I have a space advantage. I have that pawn now on e4, and life becomes very difficult. And it's really when you have this type of a central structure where you will really want to pay much more attention to the strategic idea of exchanging good bishops and bad bishops. We could identify those already. He's the bad bishop, and he's the bad bishop. And it's already tough. My one concern was maybe should you be striking at this pawn right away with f3, but I think it's really already going all the way back. Maybe it's something you already recognize as not the greatest thing, and it's just something you go with because it's comfortable to you, and that's I could completely understand that as well. Playing practically just something that you've done over and over. But I think objectively speaking, it's not a good approach to be going with the c3, e3, and then d4. How about this? I mean, just as a slight improvement, play e3, and then d4. And then you're retaining some options with your c pawn. Maybe you still go to c3. Maybe you go to c4. You make black show their hand before you commit your c pawn. So that's just a slight tweaking of the position of the pawn moves, and this is quite difficult now. I think it's just way beyond repair. I have a space advantage and an advantage with what else? I have an advantage with development as well, and these are too many advantages behind in development, and he's stuck. It's quite difficult to get him working, so just opening the position up. And those are just some quick tips. Alrighty. Good game, H. Huck.